This is the IELTS listening test. You will hear a number of different recordings, and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you will have the chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. The test is in 4 parts. At the end, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers to an answer sheet. Now turn to Part 1. Part 1. A woman calls a language school to inquire about a short-term English course. First, you have some time to read questions 1 to 6. Now listen and answer question 1 to 6.
Good morning, Global Language Institute. You're speaking with Rachel. How can I help you?
Hi, Rachel. I'm interested in signing up for one of your short-term English courses. I'm planning to travel to the UK for a few weeks this autumn, and I'd like to combine the trip with some learning.
That's wonderful. We offer several short-term intensive courses, typically lasting from 2 to 6 weeks. May I ask when you're hoping to start?
I'll be arriving around the second week of October, maybe the 9th or 10th.
That works well. Our next available course starts on Monday, October the 14th and runs for 4 weeks, until November 8th. Would that suit your schedule?
Yes, that should work. What does the course include?
The 4-week course includes 20 hours of instruction per week, Monday to Friday. Classes run from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. with a 30-minute break. We also offer optional afternoon workshops on pronunciation, writing and speaking fluency.
Are those afternoon sessions included in the course fee?
They're free to attend but not mandatory. You can join as many or as few as you like.
Great. What is the total cost for the 4-week course?
The tuition fee is £860. That covers all classes, course materials and access to our online student portal. If you register by September 10th, you'll receive a 10% discount.
Oh, that's good to know. Is accommodation included?
Accommodation is not included by default, but we can help arrange homestays or student residence rooms. Homestays offer a private room with a local family, including breakfast and dinner. It's a great way to practice your English outside the classroom.
That sounds perfect. How much is the homestay?
£185 per week. So for 4 weeks, that would be £740.
Okay. And where is the institute located?
We're in Brighton, on the south coast of England. Our building is on Marlborough Street, just a 5-minute walk from the train station, and very close to the city centre and beach.
Sounds lovely. Do I need to take a placement test?
Yes, but only after you register. We'll send you a short online test and a link to book a video interview with one of our teachers. This helps us place you in the right level group.
Makes sense. How big are the classes?
We keep them small, usually between 8 and 12 students, never more than 14. That way, everyone has time to speak and get personal feedback.
I really like that approach. What other services do you offer students?
Well, we offer free academic counselling cultural excursions every weekend and access to our student lounge and computer lab. We also have a small cafe on site that serves coffee, snacks and light lunches.
Cultural excursions sound interesting. What kinds of trips are available?
They vary week to week. For example, we often organise day trips to London, Oxford and Stonehenge. We also have walking tours of Brighton itself and visits to local museums. Some excursions are free, and others may have a small fee to cover transport and entry tickets.
I see. Do I need to bring any documents when I arrive?
Yes, you'll need your passport, proof of payment and a printed copy of your acceptance letter. If you requested a homestay, we'll also give you a welcome pack with your host family's details.
Do you pick students up from the airport?
You can also take public transport, which is cheaper but may take a bit longer. It costs £70 from Gatwick and £95 from Heathrow. We can arrange an airport transfer from Gatwick or Heathrow.
I might take the transfer if I arrive late. How do I book it?
Just let us know your flight details at least 5 days before arrival and we'll arrange the rest.
Is travel insurance required?
You can choose to book it through us or arrange your own. We partner with an agency that offers comprehensive insurance for £22 per week. It's not mandatory, but we strongly recommend it.
I'll consider that.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to read questions 7 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 7 to 10.
Are there any welcome events?
Yes. On the first Monday, we have an orientation session at 8:30 in the morning, followed by a campus tour and welcome breakfast. It's a great way to meet other students and staff before classes begin.
That sounds nice. Is there anything else I should prepare?
Just bring a notebook, pen, and a positive attitude. We'll provide everything else: textbooks, schedules, and a student ID card on your first day.
Great. Can I register now?
Absolutely. May I take your full name as it appears on your passport?
Yes, it's Hanae Takahashi. That's Hanae, and the last name is Takahashi.
Thank you, Hanae. What's your email address?
hanae.t.english@gmail.com.
And your phone number?
My UK number will be active once I arrive, but for now my Japanese number is +81 90 45 56 77 83.
Noted. What type of accommodation would you like?
I'll go with the homestay.
Excellent. Any dietary restrictions?
I don't eat pork, but everything else is okay.
Thanks. I'll make a note for your host family. Will you be needing the airport pickup?
Yes, from Heathrow, please. My flight arrives at 6:40 a.m. on October 12th.
Got it. We'll schedule the driver accordingly and email you the meeting point and driver's name.
Thanks a lot.
You're very welcome. Once you complete payment, we'll send your confirmation documents and visa support letter, if needed.
I don't need a visa for this length of stay, but thank you.
You're all set then. You'll receive a detailed welcome email today with payment instructions and your registration summary.
Rachel, I forgot to ask. How do I get from the homestay to the school each morning?
Good question. Most of our host families live within 30 minutes of the school, and the majority are accessible by public transport or walking. You'll get a detailed map and directions in your welcome pack.
That's helpful. I usually prefer walking if possible.
Many students walk, especially if the weather is nice. Brighton is very pedestrian-friendly.
That's great to hear. Oh, and about the afternoon workshops you mentioned earlier. Do I need to book those in advance?
No, you can simply sign up for them at the reception desk the morning of the session. We limit numbers to about 15 people, so just let us know early if you're interested in attending.
Understood. One last thing. Will I be able to open a bank account or get a SIM card while I'm there?
Yes. On your first day, you'll receive a student ID, and we also help international students with setting up SIM cards. For a bank account, since your stay is under 6 months, most people use online-only services like Wise or Monzo. We can assist you with that during orientation.
Fantastic. That answers everything. Thanks so much again, Rachel.
You're welcome. We're really looking forward to welcoming you, Hanny. Safe travels and see you soon.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
That is the end of part 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers. Part 2. You will hear an orientation for volunteering at Seaview Coastal Discovery Centre. First, you have some time to read questions 11 to 15. Listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 15.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Seaview Coastal Discovery Center. I'm Alana Priestley, the volunteer coordinator, and I'll be guiding you through your induction today. Whether you're here for work experience to support marine conservation or simply to be part of something meaningful, we're thrilled to have you on board. Let me give you a little background. The center opened in 2006 with the goal of helping people better understand the marine life and ecosystems found along our coastline. We work closely with schools, scientists, and the wider public to promote awareness, action, and appreciation for the ocean. Since our opening, we've welcomed more than 500,000 visitors through our doors. The center is divided into 3 main areas: the Marine Life Hall, the Coastal Learning Zone, and the Outdoor Exploration Deck. You may be assigned to any of these depending on your interest and availability. Many of you will assist in the Marine Life Hall, where we house interactive displays, aquariums, and preserved specimens. Your role might include answering questions, guiding school groups, or even supporting feeding demonstrations for the smaller tanks. Others will work in the Learning Zone, where we run structured sessions for children, including touch pool activities, ocean-themed art, and climate education games. You'll help prepare materials, set up stations, and support facilitators throughout the day. If you're placed outdoors, you'll be based on the Exploration Deck, where we do beach surveys and run coastal cleanups. This role includes interacting with the public, leading small walks, and collecting plastic debris. Don't worry, we provide gloves and safety gear. Volunteers typically commit to shifts of 4 hours, and we recommend doing at least 1 per week. All shifts begin with a short check-in at the info desk, and we also provide tea, coffee, and snacks in the staff room. Dress code is informal but practical. Closed-toe shoes are a must, especially for those on the beach, and we provide bright blue volunteer t-shirts so guests can easily spot you. And finally, don't forget about our Sea Celebration Weekend, held each August. It's our biggest annual event, with ocean-themed games, family workshops, and music performances. Last year, we had over 5,000 attendees, and we couldn't have done it without our volunteers. That's the main overview. Now let's take a short break, and then I'll go over some of the feedback we've received from visitors and how we're using it to improve your experience and theirs.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to read questions 16 to 20. Now listen and answer questions 16 to 20.
I'd now like to share some results from a survey we carried out last season. We asked more than 300 visitors about what they enjoyed, what could be improved, and which emerging trends in environmental learning they found most engaging. Let's start with the topic of augmented reality, or AR. Some museums now offer AR experiences where people can view digital content layered over real exhibits using a phone or headset. Reactions to this were mixed. While some visitors liked the novelty, others said it was too distracting and felt like it took away from the real objects. As one person put it, "I came here to learn about sea creatures, not stare at a screen." Next, we asked about our community beach mural project, where local artists and families worked together to paint a seaside-themed mural along the promenade. Feedback here was overwhelmingly positive. Visitors said it gave them a greater sense of connection and pride in the space. Many even took selfies with the mural and shared them online. We also included questions about our monthly expert talks, where marine biologists or environmental campaigners give presentations on topics like coral bleaching or marine plastics. These sessions were well attended, but a few visitors said the language used was too technical. We've since asked speakers to keep things accessible and allow time for Kwanda at the end. One particularly interesting point of feedback was about our gift shop. While most visitors liked the eco-friendly items, such as reusable water bottles and tote bags, some said the range of products was limited. In response, we're now expanding our offerings to include educational games, ocean-themed books, and sustainable snacks. Lastly, we received comments about accessibility outdoors. Some visitors, especially older adults and parents with strollers, said that certain parts of the exploration deck were hard to navigate. In light of this, we are now in the process of installing more ramps, better handrails, and shaded seating along the trails. Thanks again for listening. You'll now be grouped by your assigned area, marine life, learning zone, or deck, and introduced to your team leads. Remember, we're always open to your suggestions as well. See you out there on the coast.
That is the end of the part 2. You have half a minute to check your answers. Part 3. Two students, Nina and Omar, are preparing a group presentation for their environmental science class on the topic of urban green spaces and their effect on mental health. First, you now have some time to read questions 21 to 25. Now listen and answer questions 21 to 25.
Hey Omar, glad we finally caught up. Are you ready to sort out our green spaces presentation?
Definitely. I've been reading up on the benefits of urban greenery. It's actually fascinating, especially the mental health side of it.
Same. I was thinking we could divide the project into 3 key sections: definition and context, psychological benefits, and urban planning strategies.
Good structure. I'd like to handle the part about psychological benefits, if that's all right. I found some interesting journal articles linking time spent in parks with reduced anxiety and depression levels.
Perfect. I'm happy to cover the background and definitions. I'll explain what qualifies as a green space and how they've evolved in city planning over time.
Cool.
For the 3rd section, the planning strategies, maybe we can both contribute. We could include examples from different cities, like Singapore or Copenhagen, which are often cited as models. Agreed. I came across an article about how Singapore uses vertical gardens to maximize green coverage in a small space.
Nice. Oh, and Professor Evans mentioned that we should include at least one case study. Should we go with a city we're familiar with?
How about Melbourne? It has a strong urban forest strategy and it's well documented.
Excellent. Let's use that. You take care of gathering the planning policy details, and I'll look at how residents have responded, maybe through surveys or reports.
Sure. Also, do you think we should include visuals?
Absolutely. I'll put together a few infographics showing mental health trends in urban versus rural settings. I also found a great satellite map highlighting green zones across cities.
Great! I'll include a diagram of the Melbourne Tree Canopy Expansion Plan.
We should also clarify what counts as access to green space. Some sources define it by walking distance, while others use area per capita.
True. That might be worth a small section on its own, how access is measured.
I can add that to my section. So how long should each part be?
We've got a 10-minute time limit total. I was thinking around 3 minutes for each main section, and the last minute for a joint conclusion and quanda.
Works for me. Oh, and we need to refer to at least 3 academic sources each. Evans was very specific about using peer-reviewed material.
Already bookmarked a few. I'll also double-check that we follow APA style for citations. She marked us down for that last time.
Yes, I'll use a reference manager this time.
Should we meet again on Friday to combine our sections?
Yeah, and maybe practice once, then final polish on Sunday.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to read questions 26 to 30. Now listen and answer questions 26 to 30.
All right. About the actual presentation, should we go with a slide-based format?
Yeah, slides are best. Keeps us organized and helps the audience. I'll create the slides for my part and include bullet points, images, and maybe one quote.
Sounds good. I'll do the same. Let's use the same template so it looks consistent.
Agreed. For the intro, maybe we can open with a question. When was the last time you sat in a park and just relaxed? It's relatable and sets the tone.
I like that. Then you can transition into the mental health data, and I'll follow with historical context.
Perfect. Should we include a theory, like biophilia hypothesis?
Yes, that's perfect. We can explain that humans have an innate connection to nature, and that's why green spaces are restorative.
I'll prepare a short slide for that. Maybe add a quote from Edward Wilson, who introduced the term.
Great. In the conclusion, let's recap the key points and suggest improvements for cities that are lagging.
Yeah, maybe talk about urban green space equity. Some neighborhoods get way more than others.
Good point. Do you want to rehearse on Sunday?
Actually, could we do Sunday instead? I've got a shift on Saturday.
No problem. Sunday works. We'll also need to anticipate questions. Someone might ask how we define mental health benefit.
Or they might question the credibility of some of our sources. I'll make sure to pick studies with solid methodology.
And don't forget, Evans asked that we cite all visual materials, even if they're public domain.
Already on it. I've saved the image sources in a folder. I think we're going to do great.
Me too. This one feels solid.
That is the end of the part 3. Now you have 30 seconds to check your answers. Part 4. You will hear a seminar about the rise of urban agriculture. First, you have some time to read questions 31 to 40. Listen and answer question 31 to 40.
Good afternoon, everyone. In today's session, we'll be exploring the concept of urban agriculture, the practice of cultivating, processing, and distributing food in or around urban areas. As cities continue to grow and populations rise, urban agriculture has become a relevant and often necessary approach to improving food security, enhancing sustainability, and reconnecting people with the food they consume. Let's begin by defining urban agriculture more precisely. It involves a wide range of activities, including growing fruits and vegetables, raising animals like chickens or bees, and even cultivating herbs on rooftops or balconies. Unlike traditional farming, urban agriculture happens within city limits, on rooftops, in vacant lots, or in repurposed industrial buildings. In some cities, entire vertical farms have been developed inside old warehouses using hydroponic systems and artificial lighting. Historically, urban agriculture isn't new. During World War II, many countries encouraged citizens to grow their own food in what were known as victory gardens. These homegrown efforts were promoted to reduce pressure on national food supplies, and they proved successful. However, after the war, interest declined as industrial agriculture expanded and global food systems became more centralized. Only in recent decades has urban agriculture returned to public attention, largely because of concerns about climate change, population density, and food system vulnerabilities. One of the primary motivations behind urban agriculture is food security. Many low-income urban neighborhoods are classified as food deserts, meaning they lack access to affordable, healthy food. Supermarkets are often located far away, and residents are left with convenience stores and fast food outlets as their main food sources. Urban gardens help address this issue by offering local fresh produce. Community gardens in particular allow residents to grow and share food within their neighborhood, promoting not only nutrition but also social cohesion. Another benefit of urban farming is environmental sustainability. By growing food locally, transportation distances are reduced, which in turn lowers carbon emissions from vehicles used in long-distance food shipping. Additionally, urban farms can contribute to waste reduction by using compost made from kitchen scraps or plant debris. Some operations even integrate aquaponics, where fish waste is used to fertilize plants, creating closed-loop systems with minimal environmental impact. Rooftop gardens are a popular form of urban agriculture, especially in densely populated areas. They make use of otherwise unused space and offer environmental advantages, such as insulating buildings, reducing the urban heat island effect, and managing stormwater runoff. Green roofs absorb rainwater, which can help prevent flooding in city infrastructure. Moreover, rooftop farms tend to have higher levels of sunlight exposure, making them ideal for growing certain crops. Technology plays a significant role in modern urban farming. Hydroponics and aeroponics are two methods that allow plants to grow without soil. In hydroponics, roots are suspended in a nutrient-rich water solution, while in aeroponics, they are misted with nutrients. These systems require less space and water than traditional soil farming, making them ideal for vertical farming inside buildings. LED lighting and climate control technologies further enhance productivity by creating optimal growing conditions year-round. Another growing trend is the use of shipping containers as miniature indoor farms. These containers are fitted with lighting, irrigation, and ventilation systems, allowing them to function as fully controlled environments for producing leafy greens and herbs. Their modular design makes them easy to transport and stack, allowing for scalable solutions that can be implemented in tight urban spaces. Urban agriculture also offers economic opportunities. Small-scale urban farms can sell produce directly to consumers through farmers' markets, subscription boxes, or even partnerships with local restaurants. This shortens the supply chain and provides income to individuals or cooperatives who operate the farms. Some cities have also launched job training programs that incorporate urban agriculture, teaching residents skills in horticulture, landscaping, and agribusiness. There are, however, challenges associated with urban agriculture. Access to land is a major issue, as urban real estate is expensive and often prioritized for development. In some cases, land used for gardening may be only temporarily available. Soil contamination is another concern, especially in cities with a history of industrial activity. Urban farmers often need to test the soil and may have to use raised beds or import clean soil to ensure food safety. Policy and regulation can also pose barriers. Zoning laws may restrict agricultural activity, and not all municipalities have updated their ordinances to reflect the growing interest in urban food production. Permitting processes for greenhouses, rooftop farms, or composting facilities can be complicated and time-consuming. Education and public engagement are essential to the success of urban agriculture initiatives. School gardens, for instance, provide students with hands-on learning about nutrition, biology, and environmental science. These projects have been shown to improve students' dietary habits and academic performance. Furthermore, when people grow their own food even in small amounts, they gain a deeper appreciation for farming and the value of sustainable practices.
That is the end of the part 4. You have now 30 seconds to check your answers. You have now 10 minutes to transfer your answers to an answer sheet.